Hey guys, welcome back to Chef Girl RD. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some air fried candied bacon, and we're going to make this right in the Ninja Foodi XL grill. Alright, so to get started, let me show you what I'm going to be using. I've got a package of extra thick cut bacon. This is a boar's head, just my preference. You can use any brand of bacon that you want. I do recommend the thicker the better. If you try to use a thinner bacon, it might not come out the same way. I'm also going to be using this coarse ground black pepper. All right, and then I've got some light brown sugar. Now the very first thing I'm going to do is come over to my Ninja grill, and I'm going to take out the air fry basket. Set that aside. I'm going to take some avocado oil, and I'm just going to spritz the base pan. This is completely optional, just something I like to do. You don't have to. And it really just allows for an easier cleanup, which is something that I like. But next I'm going to take some parchment paper. You can use regular parchment paper. I happen to have these convenient little squares cut out that actually are meant to fit in the original Ninja grill, the square one. But whatever you have will be fine. I'm just going to put this right down and fit it nicely. Also, when you spritz the oil, it allows these to sit nicer too, which I like. All right, so something like that. And now I'm just going to take my brown sugar, and I'm going to take a spoon, whatever you want to use is fine, and I'm just going to layer this brown sugar across the bottom. And you can use as much or as little as you want, but you'll see I'm just going to kind of dump some in, and I'm going to spread it evenly. You can press out any clumps that you have. So I use a lot. You can use, like I said, as much or as little as you want. And it should look a little something like this. Now I'm just going to take my bacon and we're going to cut it open. All right. Now from here, there are two ways you can do this. You can leave your bacon whole because it will certainly fit right in. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually cut them in half to get smaller pieces, and I'm going to layer them that way and then probably a few down there. But it's completely up to you however you want to do it. All right, and the very last step before we layer the bacon is I'm going to take my pepper, and I'm going to take this little dish. This is actually just the top of a butter dish. I just find it works really well, but you can use anything that you want. You can use a paper plate or, you know, breadcrumb tray or something. But I'm just going to put some of the pepper right in this dish, just like that. And we're going to take one of the bacon, and I'm just going to dab it right on the edge, something like that. Can you see that? You can do a little more or less depending how much you like. You can actually omit the pepper if you want entirely. If you don't want, it's going to have a little bit of a kick with the pepper, so I find it tastes really nice with the kind of a sweet and heat taste with candied bacon. But you can certainly skip the pepper if you want. Right. And I will tell you a little trick. You want to try to keep the bacon in the fridge up to the very point you do this, because handling, obviously the more room temperature the bacon gets, the softer it's going to get and flimsy to handle. So just a little tip for you. But we're going to take this, and I'm just going to lay it right on top of the brown sugar. Now you can definitely put brown sugar in a bowl, and you can flip your bacon both sides if you prefer. I chose not to do it that way. I just find this is a lot easier. But again, that's completely preference to you. And we'll take another one. Same deal. Just flip. Give a nice coat, just like that. All right. All right, so this is what we got. I was able to fit 7 halves inside the base pan. And I just laid it on top of all the brown sugar. And now I'm going to cover it with brown sugar as well. And pretty much the same way we did it. We're just going to cover the bacon now. And like I said, I mean, you can certainly take the time to dip each piece of bacon and then layer it however you want to do it. I just think that this is the easier way, cleaner way, you know, but do whatever you want. And you just want to go ahead and cover all the bacon. So I don't really want to give you a measurement as far as how much brown sugar to use. It's completely up to you, your preference, how much or as little. I just use a lot because it's going to melt, and that's what really gives it the candied effect. So, and then you can press down on it as well if you want. All right, so it should look a little something like this. Now I'm just going to take 2 more pieces of parchment paper, and I'm going to put that on top. And I'm going to take my air fry basket, and I'm going to actually set that right up on top. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spritz the bottom. Again, I'm big on easy cleanup. So this is optional, but just so it's easier to clean when I'm done. But I'm just going to place this right on top, just like that. So you'll end up getting a little bit of brown sugar melted up through these. That's perfectly fine. It's super easy to clean, so we're not going to worry about that. And I'm just going to take this out. I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to shut my Ninja grill, and I'm going to do a preheat. So I'm going to leave that out while it preheats. And we're going to do air crisp. I'm going to lower that, 375. And I'm going to go down to 15 minutes. And we're going to hit start. Okay. So the Ninja grill's heated up. I'm just going to give a little push down on this. And now I'm going to pop this right in the grill, and we're going to shut it and let it go. So we're going to let that go. I'm going to check it around 10-minute mark. So you want to make sure you have your mitts because it's going to be hot. And we'll just take a peek along the way and keep an eye on it. All right. So we are at the 10-minute mark, meaning there's 5 minutes left. I set it for 15 minutes. So as you can see, some of the brown sugar came up, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal. That's what I was talking about. We should have actually sprayed the top too, but either way, no big deal. So now I'm going to put my mitts on because this is hot, and I'm going to lift a little and check on my bacon. Oh, that looks good. All right, so now I'm just gonna take that off. I'm gonna set that down for a minute, and I'm gonna put this right in there, and I'm gonna take the other one out. The rest of that drip off, and in you go. And for the remaining 5 minutes, I'm just going to close the lid and let it cook with nothing on top. And we'll see how that works. We may or may not have to add time. I've actually done this before in the Ninja grill, the original grill. So with the newer one, hopefully it's the same time, but if not, we'll just tack on a couple minutes at the end. All right, so there's like a minute left. I'm just gonna take a peek, see how we're looking. And, all right, so I'm definitely gonna go a little longer. Wondering if I was better off flip. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna flip. I didn't flip the last time I made it, but this bacon is much thicker than the one I was able to get last time, so, which is what I originally wanted. So I'm gonna flip this. That looks so good. I'm gonna shut, and I think I'm gonna add 3 minutes in addition to the one that was left, so 4 total. And I'll just peek again a little bit. All right, 1 minute left. Let's check it out. Oh, that's looking really good. So if you notice, it's starting to caramelize on top, and that's what's going to give that nice glaze. So this is almost done. It's going to depend really on your preference, how well you like your bacon. But for me, I mean, this could be done, but I'm going to go another 2 minutes. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. This smells so good. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh, that looks so good, guys. Look at this. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to let it sit maybe a minute, and I'm going to plate it up and let it dry. But I want you to see this. Look how good this looks. Yum. All right, so it's been sitting about a minute. I'm just going to take some tongs and I'm going to take it out. I'm just going to plate it. I'm going to keep them separate. Oop. Like that. Just got one more. Actually, wouldn't have hurt if I either set this on parchment paper first instead of directly on the plate, or if I just spritzed it with some oil. But I'm just going to set this down and I'm going to let it air dry, and it's gonna harden, and it's gonna stay nice and shiny, and that's gonna be our candied bacon. All right, so here is the final product, and it's a little stuck to the plate. Oh, this one I lifted already, but just to show you. So see, it's not wet anymore. It's pretty, it's nice and hard, like candy. This one's stuck. Could have put it in the fridge too, but I just let it sit out. So look how good that looks. So this is really good if you like Bloody Marys, or if you want to put it out as an appetizer, or just eat it when you want a snack. These are so good. So if you look, see, that's nice and hard. And then the pepper still stayed intact on the edges. Right? So we're going to try a bite of that. Oh my goodness. Mmm. Yum. Yeah, so I mean, this is just really so delicious. It's nice because it's got that hard candied outside, but it's still nice and soft on the inside. It's got just enough heat with the pepper on the edges, but not too much. And the sweet is there. So overall, I'm absolutely happy with the way this came out. And I think you're gonna love it. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like button and be sure to subscribe so you can see more videos like this. Bon appetit, guys.